Welcome to Luke's Vlogs. If you haven't been to my channel before, make sure you subscribe and like. Make sure you do that. Number one thing, okay? So today we're going to be talking about pros and cons of being an Uber driver. So what I'm looking at right now, there's going to be a screenshot for it up somewhere over here. So number one for pros is customers. And I also put it for cons as well, but I'll get to that. So for customers, for pros, what I mean by that is, well, it's good and bad. That's why I put it for pros and cons. So for the pros, I put customers because there's a lot of nice customers. There's people that will brighten up your day. There's people that will definitely they'll give you tips. There's people that will talk to you. But in the con side, there's people who make your day miserable. There's people who boss you around. There's people who, I don't know, they treat you like shit, really, and it's not a fun thing sometimes, to be honest. So number two is money. So for pros, one time I made, I don't know, maybe $50 in an hour, which is pretty good, pretty decent. But for cons, the money was, I don't know, I made maybe $10 an hour one time, and it was not a good time. And it happens quite often, to be honest, where you're on the lower end of the making money, and it's not a good time sometimes. So for three, I put flexible for pros. I put flexible because you can work whenever you want, which is really good. I'm a student full-time, so I can work whenever I want. So let's say I have class in the morning, I can work after, or if I have a class later in the day, I can work in the morning, whatever it may be. So for number three, for cons, you get lazy. So there's no schedule, no one tells you to go to work, you don't have to go to work, you don't get fired, nothing happens to you if you don't go. So when I say you get lazy, so I'll give you an example. Let's say I'm thinking about going to work, whatever, getting prepared, and then my friend's like, let's go to the bar. 10 times out of 10 I'm gonna go to the bar and not go work, which is not a good thing, obviously, but you can work whenever you want. So you could set yourself up before and work before because it's flexible, but sometimes I try to get it to where I work later in the night, because that's when people are out more. I noticed that's why I work towards the night more. But yeah, you get lazy because there's no one texting you saying get your ass to work. No one's saying anything to you, so it's definitely difficult on the lazy side. There's no motivation in that part. So number four is convenient, like I said, for pros. You can work whenever you want, and like, let's say you have something important to do, you can obviously choose that over Ubering, or you can work out your schedule to how you want it, and it's very convenient. Number four for cons, no work in your area. And what I mean by that is there's so many people becoming Uber drivers that there's literally, so what I do is I open up my user app, and because when you open up your user app, it shows you how many people are in the vicinity, how many Uber drivers. So I do that while I'm working to see who's in my area. And when I do that, let's say I'll go park at a mall, and once I'm at the mall, I open up that app, I see there's maybe 5 to 10 other Ubers in the exact same area. Which is obviously not a good thing, because you have competition and they're going to get called first, maybe before or after you, but you have competition, and like, you'll be there waiting for a longer amount of time, which sucks. And there's been times where I've sat in one spot for hours and I haven't gotten called, and like, sometimes you just gotta call it quits because you're just wasting your time. It sucks. But these are all my opinion, by the way. This is not me being, this is, I guess, kind of biased because I work for Uber, But like, this is my opinion of Uber. Hopefully Uber doesn't fucking hate me for it, but I'm just expressing my point of view of things. So number 5 for pros is that it's easy. And well, it is easy. You just drive around and you don't really have to do anything. You just gotta make sure you don't get in a car accident, and that's about it. And you make sure the person gets there safe, and you've done your job successfully. Yeah. And number 5 for cons is that they take roughly 75%. So this is like my own math, that they don't say how much they take and no one really knows, but when you do a trip, you're allowed to look at your previous trips and see how much your customer paid for it. So I see how much they paid for the call, and then I look on how much I made from it, and it works out to roughly 75% I make, which I think the driver should get more because they're doing wear and tear on their car, and you have to pay for oil changes and new tires and brakes, and you're racking up the kilometers, and it's just not fair, to be honest. I think it should be 90-10, but that's my opinion. Obviously they're not going to do that because they don't really have to do anything. They don't really have to pay their employees, like the employees at their green light hubs. But yeah, I think it should be more 90-10 because they don't really do that much. It's like the drivers are mostly doing everything, so I don't think it's fair in a way. So just to end off the video, in my personal opinion, Uber is it's good for convenience, but I don't think it's good for a full-time job, to be honest. That's my opinion. But maybe that's just me. Everyone has their own opinion. But yeah, I soon hope to get a career in my program at school. But yeah, Uber does not work for me, and I dislike it. It's not the worst job I've ever had, but it's not the best, especially for the money and the money side of things. If you guys don't believe that I'm an Uber driver for some fucking odd reason, here's the app. I'll put pictures of it up there of my rating and comments and whatever you guys want to see. But yeah, that's it right there. 4.99. I've done 370 trips. Not bad. I'll show you guys a picture of that, and hopefully you guys like this video. And like and subscribe. Some new stuff coming soon. I'm trying to make a new video every week. Hopefully that works out because Christmas break. But yeah. See you guys soon. Peace. Get down.